let's look at the free agent class upcoming this next year. Starting off right away, I know I'm going to comment, so I'm just going to kind of address it now. I understand full-heartedly that Joe Burrow has a very expensive contract, okay? I understand that he definitely accumulates a lot of our salary cap. He has the most salary cap hit of $46.25 million. Ironically enough, it actually only gets worse after next year. But for the most part, yes, he is a very expensive asset on our team. He obviously is our franchise quarterback. That's kind of just how that works. But we still have $65.6 million to work with. Now, of course, we also have to re-sign some of these guys. In the end, based on the comments down below, it looks like you guys are expecting us to re-sign Mike Hilton, re-sign BJ Hill, re-sign Mike Gesicki, and let everybody else go. That's what I've seen in the comics section. Is pretty much it's Hilton, BJ Hill, and Gesicki, and everyone else can kick rocks, and we're just kind of try to rebuild from there. I have my opinions. I think the only guy who really will leave is Joseph Asai, because I think he'll hit free agency, and honestly, he could probably get a bag somewhere. Von Bell, I forget who said it. Somebody commented down below and said that we should make him our secondary coach. That is such a good idea, by the way, because again, Von Bell, not really what he used to be, but he could be a really great secondary coach to help out our young secondary. Anyway, though, I'm kind of on the fence about this, and I feel like as a community, we have to come together and really press this, okay? We need to get Mike Brown to convert Joe Burrow's 2025 salary here, his salary cap hit, convert this into a signing bonus. We need to get him to do that. And I know that's impossible to do because it's Mike Brown and he's very cheap, but if we could get that to happen, and the Browns have been doing it over and over again with Deshaun Watson, and that's how they're able to afford a lot of these guys, is they keep pushing the money down the road. Now, of course, if you convert it to a signing bonus, you do have to deal with it next year with the salary cap hit. But that's only on March 1st. It's March 1st, you pay off the money the first, day of the next new year or the next football year. You pay off the money, and that's it. With that being said, if we could get $46.25 million next year to kind of work with, especially again, yeah, we're going to lose T. Higgins, right? We lose T. Higgins. It is what it is. We do have to pay Jamar Chase his extension. Hopefully he can work with us and we can push some of that money in the future. I don't know how much we're going to be able to, let's be honest. But again, hopefully we can work something out there. $46.25 million, or even close to that. Let's say we convert 60% of it, right? We could get something to get working there. But again, like I said, I don't think Mike Brown would do that. But that's beside the point. So that's that, right? $65.646 million salary cap. And this is what's it called? Predicted, because obviously it goes up every single year. So this is just a prediction of what it will be. Could be less, could be more. Now going back to our free agency class right here. And again, keep in mind that Deshaun Watson's contract, the reason why it's so difficult for the Browns to work with is because it is fully guaranteed. And when you fully guarantee a contract, it is the most frustrating, annoying thing to deal with, because you can't really work around it, right? You can't kind of finesse it. You can't go here, there, whatever. You can't move it around. It's you owe this person 200 and I think it was 34 million. You owe the full 234. It's not like you can, well, I owe you 234, but let's push the money toward the future. No, you can't. So that's why his contract's so annoying. Joe Burrow's is not fully guaranteed. It's not. It's what? I believe it's 219 guaranteed. Where is his guarantee? It's 146 million, but that's not the actual number. It's actually more. It's what's the exact number? Because it's virtually guaranteed up to a certain number. I believe it's 219. I'm going to completely butcher where it is said. 219. There we go. Bam. Thank you. Oh, sorry. It's right there. 219.01. I was going to say, I had a feeling it was like 219 or something. So again, we can work around his contract. I'm not saying that Joe needs to take a pay cut. Joe needs to rework his contract. No, at the end of the day, it's his money. It's, he's playing outside of his mind. He's playing up to his contract value. But, if he wants to and the Bengals want to, I mean, I'm sure Joe wouldn't mind getting a check for $46 million, and be able to kind of push there. But anyway, so let's talk about defensive alignment, because we need to build this defense in free agency. That's the worst way to build a team is free agency, but we kind of have to. I don't know how well we're going to do this upcoming draft. In our last 2 drafts, they haven't been awful, but they haven't been absolutely amazing. And I feel like we need to get something on this defense to work out. Last year we got Sheldon Rankins. He's not really hitting so far. Geno Stone has been kind of a bust. Von Bell, he has been a bust, right? So we need to get, I feel like we just need to have money and go get someone who's good. Not someone who you look at and you go, oh yeah, that guy could be good. It could be. No, because we can't put things up to chance. We have learned with our team is when you put things up to chance with this team, for whatever reason, they find ways to mess it up on defense. And we can't do this. We can't keep doing this every single year with Joe, okay? So DeMarcus Lawrence, 32 and a half years old, not bad, but not really interested in him. Josh Sweat, I'm really interested in. Obviously, BJ Hill, hopefully we bring back in the end here. And actually, let's go and sort this by... I'll sort by defensive ends, okay? Josh Sweat, yeah. Chase Young, this is another guy that there was rumors that we were going to go after him. And I was kind of skeptical about it because it is us, and this is kind of how we work. I thought, we have to trade for this guy. Duke Tobin's not doing it. He didn't do it in the end. But I wouldn't mind going after him. He has stayed healthy for a good amount of time now. And if he can continue to stay healthy throughout this year, depending on price tags, I think I wouldn't mind going after him, adding him to the squad. Really just bulk shoring up this defensive line in general. Brandon Graham, no, not really. Emmanuel Ogbah, I wouldn't mind him. Again, some of these older guys, for the correct price tag, absolutely yes. But it has to be the correct price tag because some of these older guys, I just don't really have too much faith on. I would love to go for a project type player. Again, for the correct price tag, I would not mind doing it. I'm trying to see if there's any really good projects. I thought that for a second, Foyson Aluakon, and I was like, that would be a great project. And he's not a project player, but he's a great younger player. I feel like could be good, but I think they signed him. So for the most part, defensive, I don't see anyone I really stands out. Defensive tackle, Adam Butler. He used to be a Patriot, I believe, for a little bit of time. Tahir Tart, remember we tried to get him at one point. No. Okay, this free agency class for defensive tackles is, We got Sebastian Joseph. We got DJ Jones. I wouldn't mind DJ Jones, but I feel like, again, it's just, we really got to stop putting a lot of this stuff up to risk and up to chance. And, okay, so let's see what edge rushers. Khalil Mack. I mean, you put a correct price tag on it. I don't love getting a 34-year-old guy. But, hey, listen, we need anything we can get, so... Again, you put the correct price tag on it, it might work out. Hassan Reddick, I know they worked out a 1-year, $15 million deal. The problem with that is he's not going to play if we don't give him the money once. That's my biggest problem with Hassan Reddick, is if he doesn't get the money he wants, he will sit out and not play. And I think we can afford that. Matthew Judon, I would love to have Matthew Judon. Absolutely love. If he does not get re-signed by the Falcons, please give us Matthew Judon. Matthew Judon would be such a freaking blessing of a player to have here. So, right now, what I'm feeling like is get Matthew Judon, right? Get Chase Young, add them to the squadron. I wouldn't even mind if you get him cheap enough. Emmanuel Ogbah, I wouldn't mind that. I feel like that could be a pretty decent option. That's pretty much it, though. I mean, again, there are guys here that I would like to see, but for like big name players we're talking about right away, those guys I'd probably put on the list right away. I would still love Isaiah Simmons. Obviously, he comes into the NFL as a safety. Moves him to linebacker, kind of like a Jordan Battle-esque type guy, where he's not really that great in coverage, but he's really good in run support. He's really good across the middle. I eventually feel like we're going to probably move Jordan Battle to the linebacker position. It's one of those, again, I would love to see it just because based on how he plays, I think he could be a really good linebacker-esque type guy. Other than that, yeah, this is kind of wishy-washy. I mean, Kazir White, I don't mind him. Darnell Taylor, not really. Again, let's go to secondary. Let's see what secondary is looking like, because that's something we do need. Buda Baker, please go get Buda Baker. I would love Buda Baker. DJ Reed. Wouldn't mind him, actually. Jonathan Jones, he actually is still on free agency till this moment in time. So, I guess, technically speaking, anybody could get him. Rasul Douglas, obviously the old Packer, went to the Buffalo Bills. He's another guy I really would not mind going after. Stephon Gilmore, just a little bit too old for my liking. Obviously, we bring back Mike Hilton. That's going to be the automatic must. DJ Reed, okay. Quandre Diggs, just a little bit too old for my liking here. Okay, I mean, again, Jeremy Chin, that's someone, I want him so bad. He is great in run support, and he's great in coverage. But more importantly, run support. Jeremy Chin would be such a freaking great asset to have. I would love Jeremy Chin. He's young. Get him on like a 3-year deal. That would be a W pickup right there. Absolute amazing. I wouldn't mind Jeffrey Simmons. That's another guy that, this free agent class last offseason, he was actually a free agent. And sadly, we did not pick him up. Somehow, every single good free safety in free agency apparently goes to the Falcons. That's a fun time. Let's look at cornerbacks in general. I wouldn't mind Jeff Okudah. He actually was the Falcons guy for a little bit of time. He was drafted, I believe, in the first round by the Falcons. And then he left the Falcons, got traded away from the Falcons. That's another guy I really wouldn't mind too much of. Going after him, he's another, pretty decent asset guy. Tre'Davious White, I'm not really interested in him. Eric Stokes, wouldn't be against the idea if they don't re-sign him. Again, keep in mind, any of these guys could get re-signed. Like Asante Samuel Jr., I would really be okay with that. And especially I feel like cornerback position, you can kind of get a little bit on the young side and just kind of develop a guy, but again, another reason why, make Von Bell your, guy. Make him your special team coach. Or his secondary coach. Right tackles. That's why I said bring back Trent Brown, because it's kind of a cesspool right now. Center. And again, keep in mind, some guys will get cut as well as time goes on. How about guard? Zach Martin's going to probably retire, to be honest, or he might have like 1 year left. Nate Herbig, I wouldn't mind him. It's not the greatest, but as a backup guy, probably not going to give him for a backup, not for the money. Again, that's another issue, is the money-wise. Yeah, offensive line is kind of a... It's not a cesspool. I wouldn't call it a cesspool. I would call it just... Again, kind of how it looked last year. Some of these top guys are going to go off very quickly. So overall wise, it's not bad. It's not horrendously bad, but there are some guys that we definitely, I would say, we need to pick up. But it's not the greatest free agent class. That's what I'll say. It's not the greatest one, but it's not horrendously bad. It's kind of Nick Chubb. That would be interesting. Nick Chubb goes to the Bengals. Samaje Perine. Yeah, I don't think he'll ever come back here. And it's not because he hates us or anything. Just because where his family lives. I believe his family, he wants to be around where his family lives. So, I don't think it's a hate us type of concept, but still. What tight ends are available? Okay. Obviously, bring back Mike Gesicki. We'll bring back Tanner Hudson, too, knowing the Bengals. But tell me down below your thoughts, opinions, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.